Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. I appreciate you tuning in to the first interactive sports podcast. You know, a community that makes sure your voice is heard. So if you hear something you agree with, you hear something you disagree with, or even if you want to outsmart me or add a comment on something, give us a call, 219-413-9405. Now look, to kick off the show, it's a lot, man. There's a lot of conversational things right now. Obviously, the hype of the NBA is not there. The hype of the NFL is not there right now. It's kind of MLB's time, which is cool. But let's be honest. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about MLB. I got some other stuff in store, man. Starting off, college football, Northwestern. This is kind of local, Illinois. Northwestern, they fired their head coach, Pat Fitzgerald, man, following an investigation regarding hazing with the football program. So right off the bat, I was shocked. I was shocked. This guy is one of the most winningest coaches in the program. He played for the program as well at Northwestern for the football team. He was Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year in 95 and 96. Very much a legend in the Evanston, Illinois area with Northwestern football. So when this thing came out about hazing and the players on his team hazing, it caught a lot of people by surprise. To me, I personally, I feel like it happens. It does happen. The weird small things of players coming out with no shoes, can't find the shoes, jerseys is gone, helmets is tagged up a different type of way. All kind of weird stuff does definitely happen. And sometimes it can be harmless. You know, some typical small things can be considered hazing, but on the level that this was happening within the program, it was insane. I mean, some of the stuff that I read about this was insane, and then now he's trying to deny that he didn't know anything about it. But my thing is, if you're the head coach of the program, you're one of the most winningest programs or winningest coaches in the program, you know what's going on. That tells me you know what's going on. You're well connected with your stars. You're well connected with the role guys, with the leaders on the team. So you know, and you're very much involved with so many different elements of this team. So to me, I'm like, it's absolutely no way you don't know that hazing is going on in your program or going on in the locker room, whatever the case may be. It was crazy. So I'm gonna read one of the quotes on it. One of the quotes. This came from an anonymous football player at Northwestern. He used to play there. He told the Daily Northwestern, the upperclassmen punished the young players who made mistakes in games and practices. And this is a quote. They called the ritual running. And he said, it's a shocking experience as a freshman to see your fellow freshman teammates get ran. But crazy. But then you see everybody bystanding in a locker room. It's just really abrasive and barbaric culture that has permeated throughout the program for years on end now. Crazy quote. It sounds brutal. You never want to see anybody get ran, whatever way they mean that. You just don't want to see that. You don't really want to hear about it either. So it's horrible to hear that. Obviously, I don't disagree with the way that it's been described. I'm not with it. It's bullying in a sense, so it's not cool. Clearly, many people have said it's been going on. That's just one quote that I found and one quote that I read. So I wanted to share that also. But man, as a head coach who pays so much attention to detail within the game and outside of the game as well, it's absolutely no way he doesn't know what's going on. And the only thing I disagree with the firing of the head coach and all of that is now there's talks of possibly halting the build of a new stadium. They're trying to build a new stadium, but they're possibly going to put it on pause because of the hazing allegations. That has absolutely nothing to do with what this man has been doing. I mean, I understand everybody wants to be safe. You don't want to offend anybody. You don't want the people to feel as if they're not cared for after going through the hazing situations. But not building a new stadium is not going to do anything to either fix or hurt the situation. At the end of the day, if you had plans to implement a new stadium there, it was for a reason. So you should continue on and go ahead and do it. I mean, obviously, you already fired him. Release a couple more statements saying, you know, you'll investigate more into the program. But ultimately, I mean, I think it's handled after you've already fired the coach. You don't need to start pausing the new stadiums.